How do you turn a video like this into one like this? Today we will take a look at the lighting, how to work with it. We will talk about how to fill the frame and create atmosphere in your video, and even touch on clothing and how to sit in the frame. All of this will help make the visuals in your blog more attractive and unique, so you can stand out among other bloggers. What's the advantage of this kind of setup and overall atmosphere? The point is, you can create a great looking image even in a room without fancy renovations. For example, in my room the walls aren't freshly redone, there are some stains and the couch is pretty old, but I managed to hide all of that in a way that you don't notice it. So to create a picture like this, pleasant and appealing, you don't need expensive stylish furniture, you don't need a modern interior design or renovations, you can film in whatever conditions you already have without making drastic changes to the space. And let's start with lighting. Right now I am lit by a Godox SL60 light. It's a video light, I've used it for years, even back in my commercial shoots, and for the last 5 years I've been using it for my YouTube blog. The most important thing is to use this kind of light with a softbox, which makes the light softer and more pleasant. I recommend buying it as a kit with a stand and diffuser, because it's easy to set up, easy to use, and helps you achieve good lighting. Right now the light is positioned at about 45 degrees angle to me. That way my face has a strong shadow on one side, I'm well lit here, and there is a deep shadow here. This creates a more contrasty and rich image, which is great for a men's blog. But for women, such deep shadows on the face might not be ideal, so I recommend women add a reflector or a second light source from the opposite side to soften those shadows. By the way, links to all the gear I'm showing today are in the description, check them out to learn more. Now let's move on to another light, the rim light. Right now you can see a bright outline here on my head and shoulders. That's the rim light. It's often overlooked when setting up a studio, but in reality it's what helps separate the person's silhouette from the background and makes the picture more three-dimensional and deep. Also, when we wear dark clothes, like I am right now in a dark shirt, it helps us not blend into the background. I'm currently using a SmallRig light mounted to the ceiling, but of course you can place it anywhere. The key is to have it shine on the back of your head to create that outline around your silhouette. Now on to the next light. You can see a bright blue circle on the wall behind me. It adds a colorful accent, makes the background more interesting, and adds atmosphere. Naturally, this looks way more engaging than just a dark plain wall. I'm using a light from SmallRig here. What's cool is that this light can be set to different colors: red, blue, yellow, white, and it comes with different attachments. You can swap out between videos to make your blog look more varied. Of course, you don't have to light it exactly like I do. You could aim it at another part of the wall or flood the whole wall with a single color. In general, you can experiment with the light and maybe come up with something new. Now let's talk about filling the frame. It's not by chance that I am sitting at a desk. As you saw at the start of the video earlier, I was sitting without a desk and very close to the camera. The thing is, if you are too close to the camera, every little detail stands out. Maybe there is a dandruff on your shoulders or your clothes are wrinkled, and all of that becomes really visible up close. Of course, as bloggers, we don't want the audience to notice that, so it's better to sit further away from the camera. I'm also using the desk as a sort of proof. It adds fullness to the frame. Without it, the video would look too plain. Plus, if you are filming reviews or unboxes, it's obviously more convenient to shoot at a table. I've also placed a laptop, a plant on the table to create layers in the frame. The foreground includes these objects, I am in the midground, and the walls is the background. This adds more depth to the image, and that's very important, especially when filming on a smartphone, because smartphones have small sensors, tiny lenses, and not much background blur like bigger cameras do. So to add more depth and dimension, we create these layers. The viewer sees this kind of image as more dynamic and three-dimensional. Right now I am filming on a Sony ZV-1 camera. It's not a top-tier camera, it also has a small sensor and a basic lens, so it doesn't blur the background that well either. But as you can see, the image still looks great, because I worked with lighting, I worked with layers and props in the frame. All of that makes the video look more professional. In general, today I tried to create a more minimalistic and clean atmosphere. I am using just 3 colors: blue, the light circle in the background, green, the plant, and white, the table. Everything else is dark or black. I even wore a dark shirt so it doesn't draw attention. I wanted to create a minimalist visual, nothing distracting or flashy, but still stylish and clean. I mentioned we will also talk about how to sit in the frame. When I first started my blog, I always sat facing straight ahead, but over time I realized you can sit slightly turned at the angle. It may seem like a small thing, but all these little things together are what make your video feel special and different from others. And that's exactly what helps us bloggers stand out from each other. And if you want to level up your filming skills even more for your blog, watch this video next. Go to create and see you soon.